Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 42 of my modded Factorio playthrough. Enjoy. Alright, let's move forward. We've basically got the most common ingredients we're going to need to build things. We've got motors, electric motors, and then the two types of circuits. So if you look, burner inserters take motors, and then electric motors for regular inserters. Long-handeds we're going to skip. We'll still make them if we need them, but we have so many right now. And they're kind of a dead end as far as upgrades are concerned. I don't really see the need to manufacture them. And fast inserters take basic electronic boards. That's all stuff we can do. Further, I think it's time for filter inserters. Woohoo! Just requires red science, and filter inserters are just basically fast inserters and more electronic boards. They're pretty easy to make. Having filter inserters makes bobs and angels a lot easier, specifically angels, and dealing with those byproducts, so it's going to be nice to have. But in the meantime, we need to figure out how are we going to place these here. I'll just place this right there for now. So everything starts at a burner inserter, which requires iron plates and motors. So let's say iron plates and motors coming in. And see, it takes a half a second to make a burner inserter. And a regular inserter takes half a second. In fact, they all take half a second. So that makes them all perfect ratios, just 1 to 1. Now you could do it where you have something like this and have this be able to filter, where they just go in a line and then you have boxes picking them up, or maybe a box in between them. But that means that's a little bad, because if you want like a bunch of everything, it can only make them one at a time, rather than if you have individual lines for each item. So let me show you what I mean. So the burner inserter has everything it needs here, and then when it's done, it's going to hand it off to the regular inserter, which needs electric motors. So let's place some machines down here, and this is going to be the fast inserter line. See, the fast inserter is going to take plates and electronic boards. Now there's a couple different ways of doing this, but the easiest might be to just bus in the item we need here. And if we place this over, sometimes it's important to check to make sure all of the inserters will fit, because that could definitely be a problem here. So it looks like it's going to be 1.5 items a second of each. So 2 of these would do, a regular and a long. Get rid of that flashing. Puts in here, and then this guy is just going to need motors. And it's going to need 3 motors a second, which is 2 of these. And then if we make one long-handed, that'll pick up from this machine and put in. So that seems like that works. Since we have a spacing of it, I'm going to want to put it in the exact spot we're going to want to keep it. So let's move them around. And unfortunately, since the nanobots don't do the near-handed inserters and all those special configurations, we're going to need to place these manually. I have checked the regular robots do take that into account, so we're only doing this until we upgrade to the regular construction robots, and then we'll be good. We won't have to keep placing things over and over like this. So along in the middle, 2 regulars right there. There we go. Burner and the regular. I'll worry about where to put the box in a bit. Alright, so to make the next machine, see, I probably need some more assemblers, but let's put a space there so the power pole can reach, because a medium pole can reach 2 machines worth of stuff. So if you space them out like this, it'll work pretty well. So it's going to be the same, and I won't place the inserters a second time since we know they fit the first time here. And then the next one going to be fast inserters, which requires plates and circuit boards. But if you note, the filter inserter also requires circuit boards, so maybe they can share the same line rather than having to have two separate lines for the same product. Fortunately, we have iron plates coming down here, but it might be a little awkward to have them coming down here as well. So my idea here is to have plates coming in just right here. Let's see, how many plates is it going to need? It's going to need 2 of these. And then a long-handed to shoot it over. And then on the other side, let's place the machines one level further down just to see if it's going to work. So there needs to be a space there. Trying to make it as expandable as possible, and when things are moving straight down like this, it means you can expand easily. Like if you want to have multiple lines making blue inserters, you can just copy them down like this. So depending on exactly how you set up your machines, you can make it very friendly to future expansion. But let's see. This guy's going to be filter inserter. That's a lot of electronic boards. So let's see, this guy's going to need, looks like 2 inputs. Right there for electronics. And this one's going to need, wow, quite a bit, 8, so 6 items per second, I believe. 2 straight inserters. And a corner inserter, but just barely. Or 2 corner inserters. So if we do that one, and do a corner, pick up, drop. There we go. Now the only question is getting this inserter from this machine to here. And it's going to be a little tricky, but if we use an underground belt, we can do it. Because they can pick up from this underground area right here. So if we do long right in the middle, it can reach between those 2 machines. I believe that'll do it. So let's extend all this down here. So put it up there for symmetry reasons. We don't have any lights on this one. Yeah, maybe like right there, right there. Alright, so we need a regular inserter here, here, then a long right there and right there. Long, long, regular, regular. So all the resources are going to come in through here. Before placing the boxes, I think I'll just pipe all the resources down here. So we need plates and motors. Either of these are fine, but let's walk up to see if one of them would be better than the other. Based on interference here, well, I was thinking it might be better for the left one, but the left one might be in the way of this, so... Well, let's just move this up here and see what it links up to. Okay, so that one's definitely not going to work. It has to be on this side. We need tons of undergrounds. This might be tricky. Let's see if we can make it happen. So that comes down. That has to be in there, so that's going to work. Yeah, that won't reach, but it can do that just fine. No, that's not going to work because it's going to mix up there. But that will work. Okay. Put it there for symmetry. That should be fine. Okay, and then this one right here is the motors. the regular motors. Okay, that looks good. This one requires the electric motors. Alright, that looks good so far. So this one is iron plates again, I believe. Yep. We could share it from over here. Sometimes it's better to have its own belt. It kind of depends on... Just place it as a placeholder. If something's blocking the way. It's kind of blocking. I think we can... Yeah, it'll be a little messy, but I think we can... Yeah, place a balancer right here. So that'll go through as normal. And then this one comes down here. And then just snakes through and under there. Man, this belt stuff gets pretty messy after a while. It'll be nice when we're making belts. But for now, we'll have to handcraft them. Come on, come on. Are they blocked? Oh, is it the wrong direction? There we go. Oopsies. It's getting dark, so I should probably place some lights. Okay, and I think it's just the circuit boards now. I will never, ever remember the name of those things. They're the blue ones, that's all I remember. Except the ones that aren't really blue, those are different ones. No. Okay, that should be all we need. Except I didn't place these ones up here. There we go. Okay. Now, where are we going to put the pickup boxes at? Up usually seems like a pretty good direction, so I'll do up and to the right. That's not going to reach. I'll just put a power pole there. Is that going to reach? Yes. Alright, let's set the stack size to 50. And let's hook all these up and see if everything's balanced. Looks like it. Everything's green. Wow, it looks like as far as these circuits here, it's almost at the maximum capacity of the belt, which can just barely keep up. I mean, this isn't something that our factory is going to maintain. We're easily going to overwhelm our factory's output by doing this, but it's only temporary. The idea is you just come by and pick up resources as you need them, rather than it constantly doing this all the time, because as you can see, it's definitely not going to be able to keep up. Like, circuit boards are falling behind. Everything's falling behind, basically. You see it's completely out of iron here, so... But that's okay, because... See, it's already stopped, because in just that short amount of time, now we have full stacks of everything. And now that we have filter inserters, we need to make a space. I'd say probably get rid of wooden chests, since we're really not going to use them that much anymore. We're mainly going to switch over to steel. But there we go. It's a pretty sweet setup. I like it. It looks a little different than the last time I did it, but it looks pretty clean. I approve, and if we ever wanted to make any more of any of these, we could just say, well, we want more, you know, we want more of these blue inserters. Could just copy that, plop it right there, and then we'll have another line of blue inserters ready to go, and we'll just need to place a pickup box somewhere. It's possible I could change the position of the pickup boxes to make this easier, but I mean, seriously, putting a box somewhere is super easy, so I'm not concerned. But that's kind of the idea, is that just if you need any more of any of these things, you can just put them down here and don't have to worry about the resources, because they're already set up on the belt. That's all the time we have for today, so I'll see you at the next episode.